Hi, this is Dr. Campbell. Today I wanted to talk about how can couples bulletproof their marriage. In a recent article, several authors believe that the best way to bulletproof a marriage is to treat it like a business. Marriage is a sacred institution. Marriage should not be treated like a business. You see, this also implies that a successful marriage is dependent on the economical system of the couple, of the country. Couples can only bulletproof their marriage by replicating the characteristics associated with the original design of marriage. Now, according to the article, which is titled, Couples Learn How to Bulletproof Their Marriage and Invest in a Lifelong Relationship, the counselors Renato and Cardoso have created a guide for helping singles and couples. Now, this is a quote from the article. The co-authors state that marriage is like a business and that problems should be approached as they would in a company, seeking a win-win situation for everyone. If one loses, both lose. So remember the company's goals, the team, not just the individual. Similar to a company, propose a solution that addresses the cause of the problem. Having identified the challenge, couples are guided on how to agree a plan of action, define who will do what, and test it to see if it offers a practical solution. End of quote. Treating a marriage like a business is problematic because it does not guide couples to replicate the original design of marriage. The original design of marriage has three primary components. The first component is found in Genesis 2:16, which provides an insight on which preparation and characteristics will qualify a man to be a good husband. The prospective husband must be a servant and a good steward over the resources that God has provided. A servant is a person who is obedient and faithful to God, the Father of Jesus Christ. Our great Almighty God, Jesus, was a servant too. And we find this in Mark 10:25. It states, "For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life a ransom for many." Servanthood attitude was exemplified according to Philippians 2:6-7, and it goes as follows. Who, though he was in the form of God, did not count equality with God a thing to be grasped, but emptied himself, taking the form of a servant. A servant will also have a relationship with Jesus Christ. He will dedicate himself to his calling. He will be a great steward over the resources that God has provided. Daniel provides an example of a good steward. Like many of us, Daniel was a steward in a foreign land. Whatever God entrusts us with, whether it is gifts of ability, intellect, possessions, position, or financial prosperity, he places those giftings into our lives to bless others and to further God's purposes. Daniel and his friends, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, who are better known as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, found themselves as captives who were temporarily living in Babylon. As stewards, they chose to live a modest lifestyle. You see, Daniel used his gifts to glorify God. He risked his life to save pagan magicians from the king's wrath. He used his position and power to bless others. And he and his friends responded to the king with respect after proving that God was greater than the king's God. Daniel recognized that his gifts were not for self-indulgence, but to bring about God's purposes. Now, the second component for the original design of marriage, which will help couples to bulletproof their marriage, is found in Genesis 2:16-17. God gave Adam instructions on what he could and could not do. One area that many men and women have challenges with is premarital sex. Even though there is no specific prohibition in the Bible against sex between an unmarried man and unmarried woman. However, sexual immorality is denounced in about 25 passages in the New Testament. The word translated as sexual immorality or fornication in English versions of the Bible is the Greek word porneia, which means illicit sexual intercourse. The third component that will help couples to bulletproof their marriage is found in Genesis 2:18. Now, this is the area that the authors are directing couples to concentrate on without considering the other two original components. In this phase, couples are to work together as a team. They have a primary focus on where God has called the man to serve. It does not minimize the spiritual gifts endowed to the wife, but it highlights the couple's calling on their lives, which is the only way for couples to bulletproof their marriage. And this is where the authors of the article have erred. This is Dr. Campbell. You can read about this article as well as additional information on our website at www.advancedmarriagetraining.com. If you want to talk about it, you can call me at 856-566-3267. Have a great day, and thank you very much.